Hey guys, welcome back to the Joyful Giving podcast. I'm Greg Dean, and today I want to talk about something pretty critical, our attitude toward giving. Now, you've met people who have been on both ends of that spectrum. Those who are just like, what? Give? Absolutely. I'm not even going to hesitate. I'm not even going to think about it. I'm just going to give. All the way to the other end of the swinging pendulum of, better be careful. I'm not sure what they're going to do with that money. Maybe I won't have enough for tomorrow, so I should hang tight to it. He wants us to be wise, doesn't he? Wise as serpents, innocent as doves. You hear everything in between, don't you? But God's looking for a certain attitude. I've talked in the past about being a cheerful giver. But let's think about the Macedonians. In a previous episode, I talked about the Macedonians giving from a place of poverty, which just sounds oxymoronic, right? To not have, or certainly not be flush with, funds or what we believe we need to survive, and still to give. That's kind of unworldly, isn't it? If we look at it from the Macedonians' perspective, they were in terrible circumstances. They were suffering severe trials, extreme poverty, not just poverty, extreme poverty. The fact that they wanted to, in fact, asked boldly to, be involved in the generosity to the church in Jerusalem, to the church in Ephesus, to the church in Corinth, etc., to meet their needs, is something that doesn't make sense to our logical, postmodern brains, I don't think. Again, the word, I think, is unworldly. So let's read in Scripture what these Macedonians were thinking. Now, in verse 5 of 2 Corinthians 8, it reads, "They gave themselves first of all to the Lord, and then, by the will of God, also to us." Now, the key to cheerful giving, I think, what we can get from that is to yield ourselves to Christ first. And then the rest kind of follows. And we know this elsewhere in Scripture, that if we seek first the kingdom, all else will follow. I think what our governor is, or what is our stopping block, is we're putting more weight on the way that we think and less weight on the way that God thinks. His ways are not our ways. His ways are so far above our ways that it's really hard for us to grok. But he wants us to just suspend our skepticism, to pause for a moment and say, who's more trustworthy? Our little finite brains that don't have the capability of absorbing more than maybe 2% of history's knowledge, with 98% that we're unaware of? Or God's infinite knowledge and simply saying, he's good, he's trustworthy, I'm just going to press all of my chips onto God and just trust him. So when we think about our attitude toward giving, it's inexorably tied to how much we trust God. Do we trust him at his word? Do we know that even in the event that we are facing severe trials, that we are facing extreme poverty, that still there is a call for us to give, not because he obliges it or that he needs our money, but because he wants for us joy, peace, contentment. He's showing us the operating model of the human that he created. Man was created to reflect him. We're made in the imago Dei. So this is just another way where he's saying, this is how you can show the world what I look like. And by the way, experience joy that does not exist, cannot exist, without following my way and my truth and my life. Guys, I'm not saying white knuckle it and adjust your attitude. I'm saying pause, choose to trust him, and just obey. It will be an act of love to him, and it will be so good for you. Guys, I'm Greg Dean, and this is the Joyful Giving Podcast.